The Camel and the Fox. Once upon a time, in far, far land, a camel and a fox became friends. The clever fox, known for his cunning ways, was always on the lookout for easy food. The camel, on the other hand, was gentle and trusting, often unaware of the fox's tricks. One day, the fox invited the camel to cross the river with him to a farm on the other side, where they could feast on the farmer's crops.
It's a paradise over there. You'll never taste anything so delicious,
the fox promised. The camel, trusting his friend, agreed, and they set off. However, in order to reach the farm, they had to cross a large river. The problem was that the camel knew swimming, but the fox didn't. Being a good friend, the camel said,
"Don't worry, dear friend. You can climb on my back and I will take us both across the river to the farm."
The fox agreed to the plan and climbed on top of the camel's back. Pretty soon they managed to cross the river and enter the farm. Once they reached the other side, they found the field filled with green and juicy vegetables. The camel, with his big appetite, began to eat heartily. The fox, who was much smaller, quickly finished his meal and started thinking of a way to play a trick on the camel. The fox then said,
"My friend, once I am done eating, it is my custom to sing. So I am going to start singing now."
After his meal, the fox started to howl loudly. The camel got worried and asked the fox not to sing because the farmer would hear his voice and come out to beat them. But the fox didn't pay attention to the camel and continued singing. Sure enough, the farmer heard the howling and rushed to the field with a big stick. Seeing the farmer approaching, the fox quickly darted away and hid, leaving the poor camel behind. The camel, being slow and unable to hide, was caught by the farmer. The farmer beat the camel with his stick and chased him out of the field. When the camel reached the shore of the river, he found the fox waiting for him. It was time to go back home. The fox sat on Camel's back and they started crossing the river. As they reached the middle of the river on their way back, the camel began to shake his body violently. The fox, barely able to hold on, cried out,
"What are you doing? Stop, I'll drown."
The camel calmly replied,
"It's my custom to take a bath after a good meal. Don't worry."
And finally the fox couldn't hold on and fell in the river. The fox somehow reached the shore, exhausted and soaked in water. He found Camel waiting for him.
"Now you see, dear friend, that each has his own way of celebrating a meal. Be careful how you treat others, for you might be treated the same,"
said the camel. The fox, realizing his mistake, never tried to trick the camel again. Moral of the story is friendship is valuable. Trickery and selfishness often come back to harm the trickster. Treat others with respect, and they will treat you the same. The end. Please like, share, and subscribe.